FreakyTable is brought to you by Nikki Hits Beauty Studio, Bana Musadi, Douala, and Jungle Hawk, Boya.
Hello everybody, my name is John Gomba. Welcome to FreakyTable. I'm joined by Yana and Kwa. And today we are going to be celebrating World Albinism Day 2021. And to join us to celebrate this amazing day, it's Cameroonian stand-up comedian Don Chaeule, as well as Afro jazz artist Mola Mongombe. You guys are welcome. Great to see you. Oh, okay, the hats. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to... Elonge, why don't you have a hat now?
I'm different like that.
Wow.
He's just poor. He's just poor. It's fine. Yeah, it's for rich people only.
Okay, he's poor. Okay, he's the poorest person on set.
Yeah.
The two of us are poor.
No, you're not. He is.
Okay.
Next.
Don, Mola, you guys are welcome. Thank you so much for joining us on set today.
Thanks for having us.
But by the way, happy World Albinism Day to both of you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and to everybody watching. So today we're going to be, the theme for this year, I'll just read that, strength beyond all odds. And they're highlighting the good qualities people with albinism around the world, the good qualities. So, I mean, we just have to bring the best in the house to join us. So thank you guys so much for coming. Olonge, you look amazing. You're now always in black.
Yeah.
Did someone die? Okay.
No one has to die. Black is class. Sometimes cheap too. Like yourself. Like yourself.
All right. So, yeah, I have a question, right? Because of the fact that all three of us are not albinos, clearly, and there's no day celebrating us. You understand? There's no day like celebrating Black Me, or there's no day like All White People Day or something like that. Do you think that, do you find the fact that there is a World Albinism Day necessary or inappropriate?
It's not even sure. Anyway, by the way, Joanne, you said there's no albino among three of you. Let me just tell you, you missed it a little bit.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, you missed it a little bit. Anyway, yeah, just if your mom did a little bit, trust me, you'd have, you know. So, but yeah, definitely. To answer your question, I think there is a necessity for such a day because albinos or people with albinism, because some people don't like being called albinos, they say it's derogatory, or that say you should say persons living with albinism. For me, personally, I think the name albinos is fine by me. I don't have a problem with it. I don't know about Mola, but there are people who, when you say albinos, they're upset. Yeah. You know, I mean the posh people, because we, you know, in Africa we have worse names. In Cameroon even we have, you know what they call us sometimes. They're very so. But I think that day is a very, very important day because it brings to light certain challenges that we or people living with albinism face. So I think the day is very, very much important. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, do you have the same view or different?
I don't differ much from Don Chaeule because for me, my own perspective, right, I think that celebrating this day is not kind of making the world feel like we need some kind of special attention, because trust me, I think I had already overcome that stigma very long time ago. So I just feel very normal when I'm in the midst of black-skinned people like you, brethren. You know, so I just think it is a day that is set aside to actually acknowledge that these people are a special breed of people. That's right. That's how I see it. That's right. Yeah. Yes.
Wow. I do know, however, that you might talk from a place where you've overcome some of the stigma and stereotypes, yes, you know, and clearly thriving in a way that you've even become a role model, not just to people living with albinism, but just to people generally, both of you, that is. But in doing my research on this, because we know that we cannot necessarily steep ourselves completely in your experience, that there are people who still live with this stereotype, who have to face daily discrimination. And some of these stereotypes run very deep. I was reading of people, young girls who've gone through abuse, young girls who are living with albinism, who have gone through abuse, sexual abuse that is, because there is this myth that they had special powers that could take away HIV from people, you know, and that. So, what is the message that you give to these people in terms of overcoming such complex, and what is this society can really do?
Well, it is true that we are Africans and we cannot run away from that. So there are certain myths or beliefs or practices that may die down a little bit because of civilization and depending on where you find yourself in Africa. And there are some that we cannot even do anything about. About the stigma, it is true, it is still there. Some people see face worse, like ladies, not even only ladies, even guys. I must tell you that what made me stop shaving my hair to start plaiting my hair because I discovered on 3 different occasions that when you go shave, those guys, they try to steal some part of your hair. And I had to fight physically with one sometime. I beat him so badly, he was bleeding. Because, yes, because I was there with my nephew. And then when we were leaving, he was like, Uncle, when the man was shaving you, he was hiding some part of your hair. I'm like, did you see that? He said, yes. I went back and I just got brutal. So only to discover, and I asked him, but why? He said some women used to come there and say that they'll give them money to give because our hair is believed to be lucky charm and all that kind of stuff. So it's still happening right till now. But what I can advise people out there, albinos out there, is that, like this guy sang, just be proud of who you are, man. I don't think that, yes, those things will always happen, even from our local communities. People still think that maybe our blood or something has some other spiritual powers, which to some extent is true. Being African, like I said, we can't run away from that. We have been told stories, our forefathers, our grandfathers told us that if you're born of a house that has an albino, like it's believed that witchcraft cannot come into the house. Those ones, I believe, because I'm an African, there's some degree of spiritual strength because just like we look different, I think spiritually too, we are different. It's very true.
In different communities, you have different ways of seeing albinos. But my question is, how do you guys live with knowing that you're on attack by people who see you as a form of spiritual cleansing or something? Because I know in the Bakure culture, there's talk about Pasamoto having to sacrifice an albino, is it yearly for to appease the gods? How do you live with that knowledge, knowing that you're living sacrifice, waiting to go someday?
And he is a boya person.
Yeah, I think that I like this topic because I've dealt with it once, and apart from being an artist, I happen to be the traditional ambassador for Fako. I don't know if you know that, because of I'm too inclined to tradition. And that is as a result of trying to know some of these things that we're talking about now. I grew up with my grandparents who I asked a lot of questions. And we understood that this myth of sacrifice in the mountain and all of that, it came as a result of like the diversity in what people think that we are a special breed, which is maybe positively, spiritually strong. So back then, those people who brought the myth of sacrificing albinos to the mountain, or nobody ever saw the sacrifice anyway. You see? So those stories and those things were done by people who were fighting with those who had these albinos in their families or who had children like that. So they were like, okay, these people are strong, and some people are like, no, these people are some kind of a curse. So they were fighting. Those who could not have them think that those who have them are too lucky. So they will create a situation where they will say that you having it is just some kind of mental, like, yes, like, okay, you have.
No one's ever been sacrificed.
So no one ever saw it.
Anybody has ever been.
See, these stories, you never know which is real and which is not.
No one ever saw it. But till today, I mean,
ridiculous myth. I remember hearing the one and say albinos do not even die.
They don't die. Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah.
How many have died in my village?
Which would have been a wonderful thing.
I'm telling you, it would have been a good thing.
You've never seen them?
Yeah, I have an uncle who is an albino. It's not like I'm waiting for him to die so that I can see his corpse. But I'm just saying I've really never ever seen it.
no, they do die.
Of course they do die. You guys are humans. It's not like
I don't know, they do that. Those are just things that I understand. Because you know why I've never seen is because how many albinos do we have? Like in 17 million, we have just about maybe 100,000 albinos in all of Cameroon, or 1 million. 1 million is even an exaggerated amount.
And speaking about the theme this year, they said that we're highlighting the good qualities that those living with albinism have around the world. And you are a comedian, he's an artist. And so, like, what do you guys use your platforms to do on days like this?
Last year, in 2020, I actually did a stand-up live comedy show on my Facebook, Instagram pages. Because that was at the heat of the COVID-19 pandemic. So to me, it was a way of, giving my fans and my followers hope that, we are all indoors, we are all, having this whole what's that thing called now? No. We are all having this what's that word now for it? Where you are in the house, confinement. We are all confined, you know, but we can still make you guys happy. So this year I'm still thinking of doing the same thing, but this time around maybe there will be a little bit of people, like, you know, like me, 100 people somewhere in Douala. That's just what I would do. And as a comedian, you know, our role in the society is generally to give people happiness, you know, give people joy. And sometimes when people see me and they are shocked, like, oh, so Mukala TV be comedian. You know, it comes to, you know, it's not something that they find. There are lots of artists, you know, who are albinos, but in the comedy sphere, it's very rare to see someone who is there. And sometimes you are cracking a joke, and someone's like, come over there, Mukala, yeah. And you have to use that now to engage the audience. And sometimes I had a session where I did that, and somebody came and told me that, oh man, you're so courageous. You know, you gave me, you know, you normally send something, tip. I was like, you know, I felt really good, you know, because sometimes it's not easy. I'm not gonna lie to you and pretend like, oh, everything is no. It's not. When you have that jibe from the audience, it can destabilize your joke if you're not strong. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just for me to use my platform to encourage people and to let them know that we are also there. We can do these things and even better, because a lot of people think that we cannot do it. Sometimes they judge you from your, as you just appear, they're like, do I?
Is it because they see albinism as a form of disability?
Exactly, that's the thing, you know.
Not necessarily cognitive, but people just assume that there is a disability in it.
No, I think, I'm going to be very honest. You know, first of all, one of those people used to say, no, being an albino is not a disability or whatever, but there is, because our eyes are not good. You know, that's the thing. And I always crack a joke with that. I think one time I said, I can be in an audience and my girlfriend is another man, I will not even see her. You know? It's that bad, you know? Because our eyes are not good, you know? So that's, for me, that's the problem. And we can wear all these fashionable glasses Mola and I are wearing, but trust me, if you stand there and put your hand, we will not be able to see it. You know, so it's not easy. It's not easy. But we are able to do things. I mean, Mola is one of the best artists we have here. I mean, I'll let him speak for himself. I'm a big fan of him. Big fan of, I'm sure all of us here. He's a master. I look at him and I see Richard Bona. You understand? I mean, no caps. Not because he's sitting in front of me, but he's good. So it means that there is no disability in us. I mean, when it comes to anything, but just the fact that our eyes have a problem, that's the little.
And skin too.
Yeah, I think the sun.
The issue of being susceptible.
I mean, there are people who are black who have the same skin conditions. So for me, it's just the eye thing. I don't really see my skin. My skin is just yesterday. Yeah. You know. Yeah. So yeah.
But do you? I get what. Don, I'm always thinking of calling him Richard. Don is saying, but and I feel like he feels that he needs to use his platform. Not just about his comedy, but also to kill those stereotypes that you see me for a person, artistic and all of that. Is that how you feel too when you're performing as a musician? That you have double duty, not just to entertain, but also to change stereotypes?
Yes. That question, from what Don was just saying, right? I am also one of those people who don't really agree that albinos have a disability. Mm-hmm. Reason being that even the weakness that Don cited, the sight thing, not only albinos have a problem with short eyesight. There are black-skinned people who cannot see from here a meter away. Right. If you take off their lens, they will pause on that position like, whoa, my glasses, please. No, I'm serious, you know? So, I mean, fortunately, I have studied a little bit, so we know these things. So the only problem I think here is that truly, yes, the lack of melanin makes our skin fragile. Yeah. That's why those who know me will notice that you will not see me with short sleeves during the day, but at night you will always see me with short sleeves.
I love short sleeves.
If you have noticed.
I wear short sleeves. I don't care.
Yeah, so I just have my own code. You see. Yeah, because I want to live longer and keep challenging people, because if I take off my shirt here, you're going to be amazed. You know? So
only the abs.
Oh, come on. I'm talking about, how did you know about it, the apps?
How do you know?
No move news, so.
So I just think that, yes, of course, there are people facing these challenges. Some of us might have conquered early, if I may say so, but there are people going through worse. Yeah. So you are right there when you say that when I'm performing my duty as an artist, I know I'm having double obligation. Yeah. And that's what brings me to make you people know that apart from music, I have this thing that is coming up about a foundation, albinism, all that, or whatnot, because this stigma is still going on. Right in my village in Bokwai, you will see small albino boys, their mommy don't care. Under the scorchy sun, he's running under the sun, no cap, nothing to protect his face, and you see the way he's struggling, and sometimes I cry. So probably, God willing, we'll have a foundation someday that will care for them, and all that stuff. So we have double obligation, truly, because standing in front of audience, I always make them know that there's a song I always sing. I said, Mama ongo ango amaweli jima yawono wama ranganeli mende. That is that your child that they used to curse. Today they are sitting down to watch him.
But you speak about struggle, and besides the sides and also the skin, it's also about food. What to eat, what not to eat, and all of that. Is that a thing which you have to constantly monitor and constantly struggle with on a daily basis? And does it really do you get support from places where because they know that you have a special way and you have a special diet to follow, and because these things are cost,
or maybe that's just a myth too.
I'm going to answer that question.
I'm going
to answer that question together alongside Don, because I've never been out of the country. Yes. But I think Don has. So, but for my finding, I don't know if Don will say something different, but for me, I have a lot of brothers and friends and cousins, medical doctors out there. Melanin has nothing to do with what you eat. We have a deficiency of melanin, which is natural. Albinism does not have anything to do with what you eat. It's not from the blood. It's a physical situation. It's flesh. So your diet does not have anything to do with. That is what I have found out. Speaking with doctors, I had a doctor friend in Mali who is an albino. He came sometime about 3 years ago. He came and brought sunscreen, those creams, and I had the opportunity. He's a medical doctor, professional on how do they call it? Is it dermatology? Dermatologist. Yes. So we had an extensive talk, and he told me that this is just lack of melanin. It has nothing to do with food, diet. That's just a myth. I don't know if they don't have another knowledge. See, he who has traveled, maybe.
No, I eat everything. I eat crayfish. I like crayfish. I eat pepper. If you cook my everywhere crayfish, then you get problem. All my girlfriends, they know. Don't try. Yeah, they know. Hey.
Plural girlfriend.
Yes, they know. Hey, don't try.
So you are a legal polygamist.
I eat everything. I'm on the spot, everything.
Because you say your girlfriend them. They know. Anyway.
I used to feel too that there might actually be an advantage to this, a really good advantage. And I got that from watching you, especially when you're performing. So there is this mystique that comes when you are incantating like and doing all of that. And you're saying it's incantation to be like you're saying you're saying all of these, and the skin color now comes to focus, and it's like, oh, this guy is saying something. This guy is probably going to the mountain.
We have migrated from the stigma to using it as an advantage.
It's very empowering. It's mystery. It takes you to a level where I'm like, this is a mystical being. It's really.
And I like to use it that way. I always tell people who work with me, my friends, I said, as you see my skin different, so now are they different? Yes, you cannot know where I'm coming from. So be careful around me. I tell them that one loud and clear. I'm a strange and different human being from a different sphere, from a different wherever. Yes, that's very.
Before we get to dating situations, we're talking. Since you said you had like a whole bunch of girlfriends, so we have Lynda Fotie. She's actually also a very good friend of mine and a huge fan of Don. She's in Germany, and she spoke a little bit about stigmatization. So we'll just listen to her and then we'll get back.
So how I overcome stigmatization, I really thank my family and friends for supporting me through my entire life. And I think that I've been thinking and I have been positive all through the process. Stigmatization, I've been living with it because people always insult you, mock at you, but sometimes you need to like close your ears to what they're saying and focus on what you want. So that's how I've overcome stigmatization. I decided to love myself, and I decided to take the support that my family and friends have been giving to me.
Welcome back, by the way. This is FreakyTable. We have Don Chaeule in the building. I hope I'm pronouncing that name right.
Yeah, pronouncing it.
Perfect. And Mola Mongombe is in the house. Yana, all of us are here to discuss, to celebrate World Albinism Day. As they say, they are special beings, and we have to treat them like that. But it's good to have special beings among us. You know, it's like having aliens. Yes, it's an opportunity. Those guys can protect you. You know, nobody can have. But you know, Don, you said something about having so many girlfriends. Your food has to be made with everything in it. You know, when it comes to girlfriends, I've watched you do stand-up comedy before, using albino women as part of your joke.
Yeah, I think the one you heard was when I said I met an albino girl, and I said, "Excuse me, I want to be your girlfriend," and she said, "I'm not her type." How can I not be your type? Okay, what's that? We are the same. We are supposed to be in this together. How can you tell me that I'm not your type? Who's your type then? What's your type? We are the same, you know. So I'm sure that the joke you heard me cry.
That's brilliant. And you know, you've made this joke. I've heard you made it about Twitter, and it's never old.
So the joke, so that's how I have to repeat it. But you know, talking about dating, you know, to be honest, I mean, I don't have a problem. I know a lot of people used to say albinos used to have problems with dating, and girls don't like them. It's true. I've actually liked a girl, and she told me that the only thing that she would not like for me, or she doesn't like for me, the fact that I'm a handsome guy, I dress well, but listen, I call her so go worry do a relationship. You know, I've had that, you know, and I felt really bad. That was about 10 years ago. I was in the University of Boya, and I liked that girl. I think she's in the UK now. I liked her a lot, and that kind of demoralized me. But aside from her, no other person has told me that, you know, that, but she made it categorically clear. And I've also had a lot of relationships, to be honest. So I don't think there's a problem, you know. And I think, sorry, along way, I think black guys also get jilted by girls. I should get on blasting along there.
Not really.
So I don't see like a problem, you know. Except you tell me, like that girl told me, yeah. That's what I'll look at it. But if you don't tell me, no, I cannot go out with you, I'll not think.
No, it's a matter of choice. You know, like you could say, I don't like a fat girl. I don't like. So,
let me state it expressly that it's because of this. Yes, that's not okay. Yeah.
Mola, is it the same for you or not? How is the experience like?
are you dating?
Well,
That laughter is pregnant. That laughter is pregnant.
the truth be told, truth be told, this is not because we are on camera, right? But I think that I will still say that I fought this thing very early. So I think that I've always been the ladies' guy, without any pride. Women like me so badly. So many women have drank eau de javel for me. Yes, that's not just only because of the artist thing, like the guy with the fine voice or anything. My person, they like me. Some say, "Oh, your body build. Oh, they are broad chest. Oh my God, this guy." So I am.
belong to the same association of broad chest.
Yeah, you know. So I've not really had this. Yeah, it's true. Just like Don was asking a long way. I should say you don't chat song with like I blast. So I never take her like say now because yeah, you know, if I like Joan now like I do, and then I tell her if she
The table is getting freakier.
yeah. So if she's like, I'll be like, okay, probably some reason. If she doesn't tell me, fine. Just like any other lady. But I will not be like, is it because? No. I think I have every other strength.
People should not do that. Albinos out there, don't do that. Whether girl, male or female, stop. Don't do that. Second guessing yourself. Yes, don't. If they don't tell you, please don't think.
I really like the perspective of owning your story and being yourself. And in when you see other albinos, it's almost a thing where they go to dye their hair for it to be black so they can look a certain type of way. Is that something you've struggled with at one point? Because I know we're social beings. You have to interact with the opposite sex and have to attract them. Have you ever struggled with that? You know, trying to change your identity to please other people, especially the opposite sex.
For me, the one thing I've always concerned myself with is that being so conscious of the fact that we have a physical situation. Just like I will quote me, who is an albino guy. I will not date, I like light-skinned ladies. Let me just go a little particular. Yes, like John. But now, A light-skinned, beautiful lady with a lot of pimples and marks all over her face is going to break me too. You see? So, vice versa, I think, if I don't take care of the skin very well, it will not just be because some albino guy. It will be like, that guy's skin will spoil, or, you know, you get wound there for his skin. So, I've just been trying to take it like you will take care of yourself, do a good clean cut because you want to be the good. It's not because you're an albino, you know. About the dyeing of the hair, me, the artist guy, I've experimented a lot of things. I used to paint my hair. I used to have very long locks, do all those things. Now it's for the artist thing. Just like a black artist guy would dye their hair a little bit of gold or is it albino color or whatever. So probably he's trying to be like me or what, you know? So I just think that it's a matter of, it's just a personal thing. Like Joan would just decide to dye her hair like white, or it's not because she want to look like some other kind of lady. She just likes it. So if I dye my hair like I did sometimes, I had beard like Don, and then I painted one side black. It's showbiz. It's not because I'm an albino, you know.
Or that you're fighting some.
Or I'm fighting something.
Talking about dialing. Sorry. There's this thing when I was out of the country. Because sometimes people don't really know, I dyed my hair, my beard, everything was black. And so I was in a club, like, and I was dancing with a girl, and the girl was like, oh, you're mixed race. No, like, she was like, oh, you're mixed race. I'm like, yeah, I'm mixed race. And she was really giving me her everything, and then we're dancing. And then we left the club around 3 o'clock, 4. You know, in the UK, during the summertime, during 3 o'clock, every place is clear. You know, like when the summer, the peak of summer, by 3 a.m., places are like it's 7 o'clock, like the sun is out. So when we left the club around 3:30, she was like, "Hey, you didn't tell me you are albino." I said no. He said, I thought you were mixed race. I said no, I'm albino. She said, oh, and she left me. So she felt I was mixed race because my hair was dyed and everything, my hair up and everything, and that's how I lost that girl. It's not easy. It's crazy, but yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to ask, what was the motivation behind that?
No, I just wanted to be. I was just going with the flow. I just wanted to be, and I was young at the time, so I just wanted to see how things. Like Mola said, experiment.
This word, feel free to not respond to. There's a lot of identity in the African race, in the African continent. Let's put it that way, and people say things like, "I'm black and I'm proud." Do you find it that you can make such a statement? I am black and I'm proud.
Yes, because
without feeling a contradiction.
Like that boy said, we're proud of who we are. Yeah. You see. Of course, you should know that black in this context is not about the way you look.
Not pigment.
Yes, not pigment. Yeah. So, of course, I'm black. But if we must go a little bit further, or if we want to philosophize that phrase, my mom used to tell me something that has been my motivation till today.
Philosophize, I love that.
Philosophize. So she said something that if they say that you look different, tell them that, oh, you look the same.
Oh, bad.
You see? So, and she experimented it with some eggs that she drew that is like meeting a black egg amongst, all of us know the color of an egg. And then you meet a black egg. So when you are like, this is different. And the other person will be like, all of these other ones are the same. So we're very comfortable in our own sphere, You all are the same, we are different.
We're having this discussion, I think, before the show, and we're talking about the fact that perhaps some of these stereotypes and all of these things are caused by lack of media representation, that you do not see enough albino presence, in spite of all the great things you're doing. So at the time when you say albino, it's like, oh, this is somebody strange and all of that. People second guess talent and skill and all of that. So what's your position on that?
Well, I just think the truth is that the media is not helping. And before I say anything, I want to first of all say the FreakyTable, thank you very much for being a media outlet that has brought, two promising, talented, young albinos to talk about, albinism and everything that goes with it. So FreakyTable, chapeau, you understand? Having said that, I'm sure Mola is doing the same thing. Having said that, let me talk to the media now, directly. The media and every other person that's involved in Cameroon. You guys need to help us help ourselves, in the sense that you guys are the torchlights of anything entertainment in the country. And once you begin to hide talented people that are living with albinism because you feel like, oh, maybe they might not get the numbers and stuff, then that's where the problem comes in. And like I said, I said on my Facebook page, I said, those who are media actors or producers don't only cast an albino when you need a sacrifice for the mountain. Yes.
Yeah.
An albino can also play a romantic role, a lead role, have a girlfriend, hold her, they have children, and they can play a very good role. Not only find, say, I'm going to find some Mukala, easy, sacrifice a mountain. It's not nice. We can play lead roles. Companies, you can use us as your brand ambassadors. There are so many companies who have never seen an albino as a brand ambassador. I don't know, maybe I've seen it, that there is, but I stand to be corrected on this one. I don't think that there are many albinos looking very hot. Myself, Mola here, and lots of them. Listen, yes, we can steal your girlfriends, believe you me. So please. Yeah.
Honestly, no, that's honest.
Why are you bringing a second in public, master?
No, you said it earlier. You said earlier that.
We can
Okay.
Don't do that now.
Well, I would just underline the last part of what Don was saying. It's true that if you think that albinos, like the media people or the film guys, those who do cosmetics and all of that, you think that albinos are only good to show scenes of sacrifice. It means you are helping to propagate the stigma that we are not good enough. We're only good enough for sacrifice. So it has to start at least. It starts with us, but you guys have the touchlight, like Don said. Call us for hot movie things too. They will call me for one ambassador brand. I don't want to call the brand here. It's not publicity. And they were like, they want me to just come and play it or give me something. And it was talking about being different. That was something about their theme was talking about different. And I was like, I'm in the better place to play the ambassador of being different because I am different. So why is it that you want to put me in some kind of shit role? And I told them, even the movie guys, sometimes they came to me that since I'm a mullah, they should use me to the part that shows that. And I'm like, are you okay? If it's that part, then please, I'm not an albino. I'm a black man. Yeah, so I mean, we have to lift people up so that people know that, oh yeah,
All right, so we're going to shut down this discussion, but before we go, I really want you guys to say something to the community, the albinism community, or to us anyway. Yeah, we need to learn a thing or two for those who are still looking at people like strangers or strange people. Any word to the community as we celebrate this huge day?
To be honest, I think really, I don't think I should say something, but I'll say it regardless because I don't see the problem. I don't really know what's wrong with you guys. Like, let's really talk about this. What's your problem? I don't see nothing wrong with us. I don't see nothing wrong with you guys. So why do you see something wrong with us? You get my point? So please, guys, let's just love ourselves. You understand? I don't want to start crying and begging. That time has passed. If you don't like to love me, that's your problem. We're going. We move, like they say. Yeah. This is 2021. We move. So if you like to love me, but on a more serious note, if you're an albino out there, please, I beg you, do not second guess yourself. You are a wonderful, beautiful, handsome creature created in the image and likeness of God. No one should make you feel less than who you are. Be proud of who you are, like Mola said, quoting witty minstrel song. Be proud of who you are. Nobody should tell you you are not, or you cannot do this, you cannot do that. As you can see, Mola is an artist, I'm a comedian. There are albinos who are fashion designers, photographers, doctors, they can do anything. So please, please, please be proud of yourself. Go there and do it, and you'll do it even better than the black people, or white people, whoever, because you are special, you are different. Thank you.
Well, just to add a little bit on what Don said, I think that I used to say something back in my village. I say, if you don't want to see me, you close your eyes. It's as simple as that, We have gone past that age. We're in an era where we don't beg you people to like us. Yes. We have our community. We love ourselves. Exactly. But I think, and I also think that we have learned to know that it is a value of a person that determines how he will be defined. It's not the way you appear. Yeah. That's why some of us work so hard in our art to make us redefine ourselves, that it is not the color of the skin, whatever, how you're judging it, that people who never wanted to see me, today they are begging to become my friends. Right. It's not because my color of my skin has changed. It's the same guy, but now the value. So what I'm saying is that let's just love all ourselves because all what God created is beautiful.
Yeah, I have a very good gift for you. This is my brand actually. Before I say anything, this is a T-shirt. Choppers for life. I always ask the question. I say, when I don't chop. So I decided to give you. I don't know if you size you. Yeah, so you can have it. Yeah, you can have
Thank
it.
you.
Let me hold
Thank you
you.
so much. Thank you.
So now, who gets John? Because Mola Mongombe has been talking about apps. I don't understand. Joe, where do you stand on this?
So many gifts, I guess. Thank you guys so much, Don. Thank you, Mola. Thank you, Yana, Kwa. Thank you guys so much for being here. Guys, World Albinism Day is celebrated. It's celebrated every year, June 13th. And so today we just celebrate with everybody, not just them because of the color of their skin, but everyone who respects them, who loves them, who works with them. If you have them among you, in your community, in your workplace, at home, in your family, please love them just like you love any other person. Right. And for those in that community, please, as Don says, do not second guess yourself because it starts with you. If you feel inferior, everybody treats you that way. So love yourself, treat everybody with respect, and let's understand each other. Thank you guys so much and see you guys soon.
FreakyTable is brought to you by Nikki Hits Beauty Studio, Bona Musadi, Douala, and Jungle Hawk, Boya.
Contact Jungle Studios, which is located at Solidarity Junction, Boya, for all your photography and videography.
Thanks for watching the dopest TV show right now.
And don't forget to subscribe so that you can continue seeing our beautiful faces. Scratch that, my handsome face.
Alright guys, and to never miss a thing, follow us on all social media platforms at FreakyTable, Instagram, Facebook, and yeah, stay tuned.